Toma, you were gathering evidence all this time?
Yeah, I was gathering evidence. I'm not a pro at it. It's not really much. First, we should ask Sawa and Mine if they know anything. Next, we'll need to follow the trail of rumors to their sources and put up a hidden camera near the mailbox. Oh, and of course, we'll have to get permission from the building before installing the camera. After that, we should check each of the messages you received on your cell phone.
Messages on my cell phone?
Oh, you haven't seen them. I actually got the cell phone you were using before.
Mm-hmm.
When you collapsed, you dropped your old cell phone, and I picked it up. You kept receiving messages the entire time, even while you were in the hospital. I didn't even need to open the phone to see the titles displayed in the window. They all said things like, die, or go to hell. A lot of them were really harsh. I'm sorry, but I did read through them. That's how I found out you were being harassed.
So the reason you said it was broken and got me a new one was...
I wanted to hold on to that phone to keep the messages as evidence. So I got you a new one. I also set it to block message from anyone who wasn't a friend. I'm sorry for doing this without asking, but I didn't want you to be scared.
So when you lied and said you were my boyfriend, it was because you wanted to separate me from Iki?
It seemed that you had forgotten about a lot of things, and I figured it was just a matter of enduring a short period of time. I wanted to separate you from Iki, get all the harassment to end during that time. Then I planned to return you to Iki.
I kind of feel like that's a lie.
Yeah, no, there's a certain dog cage in your room that says that's a big lie.
Even now?
No way. I can't do that now. At first, I really only meant to pretend to be your boyfriend. And now I actually am! Yay! Ugh, gross. Gross. Oh, that actually made my skin crawl. I need another potato chip.
This is not fair. I want to eat food, man.
You know, I wasn't even hungry. I am literally just stress eating because Toma has put me through so much. But you trusted me so honestly and depended on my help. I was happy to think that I was the only person you saw. Although, also felt really guilty.
Idiot.
Yeah, I really am an idiot.
You said that so...
So perfect. It's beautiful.
That's not what I mean. I've only ever looked at you that way. Always until now, Toma. I like you, and I tried to show you so many times, but you were the one who never realized it.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that was my fault. But what do you mean by showing me?
Well, I gave you chocolate on Valentine's Day.
You gave the same thing to Sheen, too.
I gave you birthday presents.
Oh yeah, like that hand-knitted belly warmer. The beige one. Thought it was a joke gift.
It was a scarf. And after I got into college, I tried dressing more stylishly and asking you on dates.
You mean like the time you threatened me, saying if I didn't go with you to see a gory film, you'd force Sheen to go with you?
I mean, yeah, it kind of works out.
Yeah,
She's still asking you out.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm like, apparently, stuff leading in this world likes scary movies. You know Sheen doesn't like blood. I thought that was pretty mean.
I didn't really say I would force him.
If that's what you mean by trying to show me you're not very good at this.
I'm sorry I'm not good at it, but I really tried hard.
You don't need to try hard. It would have been more than enough if you just did normally.
No.
No. You know, Stephanie, are you really okay with me? I did some terrible things to you. You did a lot of terrible things.
No, we're not okay with you, but Stuffalini's okay with you.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really get much choice in this matter.
If anything, we are also just like Orion.
We are the bugs in her head telling her that what she is doing is idiotic.
Oh no.
But, you know, she's doing her thing.
She doesn't even hear us, Kira. That's the difference between us and Orion.
This is true.
We're
just
bug.
along for the ride.
Hey, Toma, let's take a walk together. There's somewhere I want to go.
I wonder if they want to go to Crawfish Lake or whatever it is. Where would that be? Don't tell me it's my place.
No, this path is where I wanted to go. Toma, do you still remember the promise we made on this path when we were kids? I told you they were kids.
Yep. Of course, I couldn't forget. I found you crying here, then I promised you that I would protect you from anything scary from then on.
Yeah. Toma, thank you for keeping your promise.
Thank you for breaking your promise.
I mean, he was scary, but
And we weren't protected from him.
He was really the only thing keeping us from dying, sort of, but at the same time, he did it in the wrong, worst way possible ever.
Yeah, fair.
You protected me from scary things.
Not really.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Did I actually keep my promise with what I did back then?
Sure you did. I mean, I felt happy. Happy that you were standing by me all the time, Toma.
It might be weird for me to say this, but I'm not a great guy. You're not.
You broke character.
Yeah. Yeah. No. No, he's not. I'm selfish and cowardly and egotistical. I might look good. That's it.
This sounds...
Oh, he knows he's fine. Mm-hmm.
This sounds like something from like a writer's perspective, something the writer put in to really comment on the character as a whole.
I'm going, what he did was wrong. Please remember this.
Yeah.
He's handsome, but this was dumb. What exactly about me do you like?
That you're like an older brother.
Gross. That's pretty inconsistent with your declaration that you didn't want to be treated like a younger sister.
I know I said that, but it's the truth. I feel safe when I'm near you.
Despite my being like this, I think I'm in the worst category of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
You're the worst, huh?
Yeah, I am. No matter how you think about it.
Then I guess I'm the only girl who could like you, the worst guy. That makes me really happy. I don't have to worry about you getting stolen by other girls.
You really do have bad taste in men.
Don't say the same thing as Iki.
What? Now I'm curious. What did Iki say?
He said you looked well-mannered, but you're difficult to deal with. He said I'd have a hard time.
Yeah, he's right. But I think that goes for the both of us.
Are you talking about Iki?
No, you. You really are difficult. I try so hard to hold on to you, but you never stay put in my hands. Because we're not supposed to be trapped in a dog cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, really. Even now, I'm on the edge just thinking that you might leap away from me at any time.
But I'd come back.
Hmm.
I don't intend to leave you. I wouldn't do that. But even if I did, I'd always return to you, Toma. I'd want to be close to you and feel your arms around me.
Napolini, that's called abusive syndrome.
You mean Stockholm Syndrome?
No. When you get abused a lot, even if you know you're in a bad situation, you have a bad habit of returning to that. It's not necessarily Stockholm, but it happens in a lot of abusive relationships.
So don't worry.
Idiot. If you say that, it'll make it harder for me to not worry.
Why?
You're so cute. It makes me worry. It really do give me a hard time. And you might regret choosing me. Already do. But still, I don't want to let you go. I don't want to give you up to anyone else. I'm sorry, Stuffalini.
You just keep apologizing.
Because I did such a terrible thing to you recently. Let me apologize at least. How about you go sleep inside the kennel for a week?
I don't agree with this, but it wasn't a terrible thing at all, Toma. I'm fine. It was a little boring, but I felt like someone was there with me.
Jeez, I wonder who that could have been. It wasn't Toma. Who?
Huh? Who was it? Someone was always with me and always encouraged me. Was it just a dream? It would be strange if it wasn't, I guess.
Is that someone you imagine because it was so hard being inside all the time? If so, I really might die of guilt. Do it.
No, I don't think so. And I mean it when I say it wasn't that bad. Besides, you said I was confined, but that cage was broken.
That's what I wanted to ask. How did you get out? What was broken?
I won't tell you.
Come on, tell me.
Well, maybe if...
If what?
I'll tell you if you give me a hug.
No, I'm being serious.
You don't want to?
Idiot. That's not a hug.
Oh.
You're naive if you think it'll just end with a hug now. Gross.
Toma.
I'm not going to hold back. For all the time I've been enduring this, you'd better be prepared. Also gross.
Yeah, no, I'm not ready.
I love you. Always have and always will.
Oh, good. Okay, so one of the things that I saw must have been a bad ending splash art.
Thank God.
So, hi guys, welcome to the After Root discussion. This is the second one that we've done. First one was Sheen. Usually I let Tasty do the talking first because she's always got a lot to say. So, go ahead, Tasty, take it away.
So, here's my thoughts of the root. Hated it. Back to you, Ghost.
Same. It definitely wasn't super great, but it was a lot better than I was expecting. I kind of got ruined a little bit by someone who made a video that said, is this really a happy ending? And for the splash art, they put up one of the bad ending splash arts. So I was under the impression the entire playthrough that we were just going to be locked in the house the entire time. I didn't realize we were actually going to find a way out, especially after Yukio said that the only option was death. Really?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I was worried that we might have some issues, but at the same time, I figured that if we did escape, we would just run away and, we wouldn't get together with Toma, which, would not be a happy ending given that this is a dating sim. So, But, hey, we got to the end. My concerns with his route. Holy crap, why the fuck did we have to be put in a dog cage?
Right. So...
That's my biggest and worst concern is that.
I'll be honest, up until the part where... Okay, how about this? Pretty much everything I could be okay with or forgive him with because of, he was really the only thing keeping us from dying. He could have done it in such a better way, but he's just a little yeah, he's a little messed up in the head, so he had to go really extreme for some reason. But pretty much everything could be just forgive and forget. Even the dog kennel thing could be forgive and forget, to be honest with you. But the part where he catches her and realizes that she got out and she hurt herself while she was out and came back, that part's not okay, because if he hadn't saw the diary, it would have ended badly, is what it felt like.
Yeah, that would have been a horrific ending with all the kind of afterthought going on there for what, could have / should have. But, we're not going to go there because that topic makes me very uncomfortable.
Yeah. And we don't need to be discussing that on YouTube anyway.
No.
But the thing that that makes me really unhappy with his route is the only reason why things worked out was because A, he found the diary, and B, the girl was lucky enough to be one of those crazy girls to have a diary.
It was an interesting route. I'll give it that much.
It's not the worst route that I've seen. I've seen some pretty bad dating sims. This is one of those routes, though, where before, in the Sheen route, I was telling people, hey, not really into the whole dominant male fantasy thing. This is the route with the dominant male fantasy thing going on.
Yeah. This is, too much.
Just a little too much, yeah.
Yep. And, it's something where I am a fan of a YouTuber on here called Manly Badass Hero, and he plays lots of various horror-themed games, and some of them are actually Yandere sim dating games, where, of course, you're dating a Yandere, so things get very disturbing really quick. So, I'm kinda used to this general idea, but at the same time, it's still really uncomfortable coming from a dating sim that's not supposed to be intentionally scary. So,
well, I mean,
yeah.
I do get the feeling with the whole Alice in Wonderland vibe this thing has going on. I do kind of think that this is appropriate. The way that it was written was the way it should be. But, it wasn't meant to make you feel good, is what I took away from it. Like, this isn't one of those routes where you're supposed to come away with a happy feeling. It was more of an experience kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I can certainly see it that way, but still, it's one of those ones where...
Or at least any sane person should be coming away with a, this was an experience.
It's something where, again, I didn't really enjoy this route. This got way too weird for my personal likings. It's something where, thankfully, everything worked out okay, especially since we were on the good route. And I'm very happy we avoided all the bad endings, because this feels like a lot of the bad endings here could have been bad in the most uncomfortable ways. We'll still finish playing through it. It's something where I don't dislike this, but some of these routes are definitely more uncomfortable than others. It's definitely awkward.
Yeah. And at this point, I've already edited all those other videos, so I don't know how I edited some of these things. There was a lot of points where I was really concerned, and I was like, how am I going to edit this? But there's a lot of other stuff on YouTube that's much darker. Yeah, so I don't think I have to edit too much.
We should be fine to post this regardless, because it's not that bad. Again, even when you were looking at her supposed undies, it's an undershirt and some lady boxers.
Yeah, it wasn't really underwear. And even the only underwear that's actually there is in that department store, the lingerie department store.
And you don't even get to see it.
Well, it's in the background. Yeah, it's in the background, but it's not really colored in.
Yeah, so it's something where it's like, it's really not terrible as far as like what sort of censorship we may do or you may do or however it goes. But at the same time, it's definitely a more mature game, you know, Y16 plus.
Mm-hmm.
Not probably.
This is really off topic. I am really in love with how they colored this. Like, I love the shading. It's so soft and so nice. Sorry,
compared to being in Cage.
Yeah, this is the only part right now that's bugging me is because this is supposed to be a darker bit, but it's light for some reason, so it's like throwing me off a little. But anyway, this is off topic.
Yeah, well, this is also an early splash from, you know, back at the earlier part when you were still just moved in with Toma and he was stressed out and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's something where it's before he properly snapped and went crazy on you.
So we're going to close this out. We've been talking for a little bit now. What are we expecting going into Iki's route?
More harassment from the fangirls, unfortunately. Probably not as severe as what we were seeing here, given the information. But I'm still expecting harassment. I know for one of the bad ends, because we did watch Dodger do her playthrough, that the harassment can get pretty severe, and unfortunately, for one of the bad ends, it leads to a bad end. Mm-hmm. So there's your hint. But otherwise, it's something where I expect to be talking a lot.
And I expect to be doing a lot of the girl voices.
Yep. Anybody that we don't know who it is, or random people who show up, like Girl 1, Girl 2, Girl 26, that's all gonna be your job.
I'm really excited to do more of Girl 1 because she sounds like I'm like this or whatever, you know, like the really quiet quiet and studious kind of thing or whatever. Or whatever. Anyway. But,
we'll get there when we get there.
Right. My thoughts going into Iki, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be as... It's
dramatic.
It's going to have parts where it's really dark. 100% sure that it's also going to have some unsettling moments like this one has. But it's not... I don't think there's ever going to be a, like, rape suggestion. I don't think there's going to be a single... I heard some noise and I don't know where it's coming from. Anyway, single abuse suggestion. I think at most we're going to have the whole situation with the fan club being the scary bit, and then some dissonance with like being put at arm's length from Iki because he's got the whole fan club just shadowing him.
Yep. And again, since this is a playthrough that I watched with Dodger, and I don't remember if she actually finished this playthrough or not.
She didn't actually.
Yeah. No, I know that he kind of has to do the double facing thing where in public he acts one way and in private he acts another way. But and also for our safety type thing, because he recognizes that the fan club is not treating us well for the obvious reasons.
Any final thoughts?
Well, I think I gained 10 pounds playing this route, eating all these potato chips. But beyond that, it's definitely not a route that I would have picked for myself as far as a sim would go.
I'm sorry that your character that you really were into is...
I was so excited to have a new burner, and he was absolutely disgusting.
He is not a burner.
No.
Poor... Well, I mean, that is the difference. Garrett from Golden Sun is such a good, straight-up guy.
Yeah, well, he's an idiot, too, which is great. Now we have an idiot who's not a great stand-up guy.
He's not actually an idiot. He was really smart. He was just kind of crazy.
Dense as heck and kind of crazy. So, again, an idiot. You can be an idiot and be book smart. There's a lot of differences there.
Anywho, final send off, I guess. Thank you guys for joining us on this route. It was fun to do. It was fun to do, but it was also a little
creepy.
Yeah, so
I will admit, I did have fun doing that. Slightly crazy, depending on how much of that gets posted. Since that's still part of this recording, is Toma does lose it, as you probably saw.
Yeah.
And I liked being crazy for just a few moments there. That was kind of fun. But at the same time, my inner self was like, oh no, this is terrible. You know, it's fun to get to be the evil, crazy person.
Anywho, as I imagine, this is probably going up around October, so happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
I hope you guys enjoyed the scary route. We'll see you in the next video. There will be another probably 2-week hiatus before the next videos come up. So thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you in the next ones. Bye!
Bye!